Hello, I'm Virginia Poe, and I'm standing in the City Commission chambers in Sanford, Florida. The City of Sanford has a public art commission which endeavors to bring beauty to the city. We have mosaics, we have stained glass, we have murals, and we have art. Today we are going to look at the Art in Chambers by Will Benton. He's going to walk us through his work and tell us about it. At the end, I'll tell you a little bit more about how you can look at this art throughout the city. Will?
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you so much to the City of Sanford for this opportunity. I'm truly appreciative to have these several months to display my work in this beautiful chamber, and I'm truly appreciative of all that the city has given me this opportunity. As we walk through, I'll give a brief description of some of the materials that I use. In my creations, I am an abstract artist. I'm also a classical musician, so I'm a pianist and an organist, and so I've been in this Orlando community for over 35 years. So my downtown studio is in downtown Orlando at a place called Faith Arts Village, and we have shows every month, so if you'd like to check that out, that's faithartsvillage.com. So we'll start here. Every painting that I do starts on canvas, mostly. Sometimes there's wood panels, but it's almost always on canvas. Venetian plaster is what I use to base every canvas with before paint ever goes on. Venetian plaster is not like the plaster that you would buy at Home Depot. It's expensive. But it's silky and creamy and smooth. It's wonderful to paint on. So every canvas starts with that. That's how I form my texture. And then once that's dried, then all acrylic paints start going onto the canvas. That dries. And this particular piece has an epoxy finish over the top of it. So when I start pieces like this, I really don't have a vision or an idea of where I'm going to go. I just go into the studio. Most of the time, I don't even turn the lights on. I get tape out and I start taping things off and just let the universe direct me in where they're going to go. So this piece, I had the intention of doing an all kind of black, gray, white scheme. And after I got so far with the entire piece, then, I don't know if you can see it, but there was this magical copper color that just appeared. And I didn't know why. I'd never used that color. But I kind of went with it. I thought, I like that. It really brings something out in the piece. So I matched that color and added it to the piece. I don't know where the color came from and can't really describe it. But this comes from a series called Contained, and it's all about things that can get contained in boxes or within lines. So that's out of the Contained collection. This piece, early in my painting career, I did a lot of circles and squares, and this was the first piece that came along, and it's out of the Loop series, and so it's the process of taking circles and squares apart and being more free-formed. A lot of people have called these my I-4 series, but that's just an opinion. So you can see in this one a lot of the texture that did not get covered up by the epoxy. So it's really lovely. It's silky smooth to touch. It has nothing on it but the plaster and the paint. A lot of these forms are made with a trowel or other tools that I use. So that's out of the Loop series. This series is also from the Contained series. This is one of those to where I did the whole painting and then I tried to contain the epoxy into certain areas. Epoxy is self-leveling, so it wants to go wherever it wants to go. So that was kind of a difficult process, containing the epoxy in the different places. This doesn't have the epoxy. So that's out of the Contained series. This piece here is out of my Mid-Century Universe series. So I am a huge fan of mid-century architecture and mid-century colors. So I did a whole series based on that theme. So kind of a little bit of mid-century architectural ideas, definite mid-century colors, and once again, no epoxy. So you see the Venetian plaster in its true form just scraped into the canvas. So as we walk through going this way, when I first came to the chambers, I saw a space that to me it looked like it needed 3 pieces. So I created 3 pieces based on this just abstract theme. And then once I started laying out how the room was going to be designed, I realized that I needed a 4th piece. So this got entitled 1611, and there was a reason behind that when it was 3 pieces, but the 4th piece kind of messed that whole theme up. But anyway, you've got the Venetian plaster that does not have, and then all the squares has the epoxy on it, so it was kind of containing things into certain areas and boxes. So what we're going to do next is we're going to step out. There are 3 pieces in the hallway. We're going to step out and just do a quick tour through that area. Probably not say anything. There may be some extra noise. So just follow me. So I did a whole series based on trees that are dormant in living worlds. So this is the largest one that I've ever done. And so none of my trees ever have leaves. And they're in very vivid backgrounds. So it's trees in living worlds, basically. We have another piece out of the Contain series here. And then another piece over here out of the Mid-Century Universe series. Awesome, great. So we can walk back into the chambers. So here, back in the chambers, we have another one of the tree series. As I was explaining out there, this whole series is based on a very personal story with a member of the family that had a bad case of cancer, and I dreamed of trees in living worlds. So the trees don't have leaves. It's all part of the process of going through grief and that whole area. So I used to paint all of my trees real with paint. These are laser cut trees that a friend of mine, Jeff Gregory, does, and he has a studio also at Faith Arts Village. So this whole series, anything that has a tree in it is out of, and all that he does, he prospers. So that's the tree series. Also, you can find, if you come to the chambers, just click on that QR code and you'll go straight to my website to see more of my work. Over here, this piece is entitled Reflections. This has a lot of history, but basically a very good friend of mine gave me ideas about how he was reflecting on his life and wanted to see how those ideas and that imagery would look into a painting. So it, from a distance, looks like a black and white piece, but there's a lot of additional colors in the white, and you see round forms and you see straight forms. So I incorporated that into both sides. In the black, there's a lot of brown and a really beautiful, really dark blue in here. And then the mirrors, everything had to be connected according to his story. So that mirror connects, the frame connects everything. But it's all about when you walk up to this piece, you see reflections of yourself that you might not normally see. If you see this little mirror down here, I might see the side of my leg, an area of my body that I don't normally see. So it's all about looking within yourself. This piece is out of the Loop series. Once again, it's the Venetian plaster, all acrylic paints, and then the epoxy kind of contained within the what they call I4 areas of painting. So that's the Out of the Loop series. Here is a piece in the Contained series. I came back from a trip to Italy last summer, and after like 3 weeks, I needed to paint. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I just got in and said, all right. So I just started taping things off, put plaster on in kind of a different way, just very loose, not in a form like the others. And then this piece just happened. No real rhyme or reason, it just happened. It's one of my favorites. Here's where all the city council members, the mayor, everybody sits for their important meetings. These are two pieces. I knew that I needed two pieces to go onto this wall. So I had the idea of where I wanted to go. There was a particular type of paint that I wanted, but it was no longer manufactured. So I had to go with a different. So this right here is a metal-based paint. It's got copper flake in it. So when this is painted on, you can see it's kind of got a copper color up there. Then you pour another chemical onto it and it oxidizes right onto the canvas. So this is copper on canvas. So this is entitled Coasters. There are two of them. They can be together or they can be separate because they match up to each other. So that's part of the Coasters series. Then the last piece that we see in the chamber today is another piece out of the mid-century universe. Once again, it almost looks like planets and different things like that, but it's utilizing mid-century colors and lots of texture, and just goes into that mid-century theme. So this is the second of the coaster series. Once again, the copper paint oxidized on canvas and just kind of letting it drip and run a little bit. Those are fun to do. I may have to try that again sometime.
Will, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Public Art Commission thanks you, and the City of Sanford thanks you. You can see this again, if you would like, on YouTube under the City of Sanford. You can view these pieces of work anytime the chamber is open, or you can make an appointment to come and see the work. I will mention all the work is for sale, yes?
Yes.
So if you see something that you can't live without, you can contact Will, or you can contact us and we'll put you in touch with him. We also have artwork upstairs in the Mayor's Gallery. This is our Art in Chambers. We have the Mayor's Gallery upstairs. Right now, work from the student artist at Seminole State College adorns that hallway. And in the other hallway, here in the City Hall, we have the employees' art. This is a new effort on our part to beautify the other hallway in the City Hall and give the employees a chance to show their creative efforts. Don't hesitate to call if you would like to see the work. Do you have any parting comments, Will?
I'm just so appreciative to the city for this opportunity, and to you, Virginia and Lisa. It's a grand adventure to come into a space like this, and I'm totally appreciative.
We think you beautified the city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.